Step 5 of the Fall 2020 housing application is comprised of 4 subsections: building preference information, roommate group information, roommate matching preferences, and room retention for returning residents only. Incoming students should disregard the room retention subsection at the bottom of this page. Let's review each subsection of this page separately. The first section is building preference information. In this, it explains that for the Fall 2020 housing application, students who complete the application prior to the priority deadline of February 1st, 2020, will be able to participate in the self-selection process. After completing the application, these students will be contacted via their U of L email at a later date with information including the specific date and time at which they may log into the housing portal to select a bed space. This means that these students will be able to choose the exact building, room, and bed space in a selected unit. On this specified time and date, these students will also be able to assign those roommates who are a part of their already established roommate group. Due to the nature of self-assignment, it is not necessary for us to collect building preferences from you. You will be able to assign yourself directly into a space. However, if you choose not to participate in room selection, our office will assign you to a space based on the availability of spaces as well as the roommate matching information collected on this page. Building preference will not be taken into consideration. Subsection 2 is roommate group information. This details an optional feature of the housing application. If you would like to live either with a specific individual or a group of friends, you will be able to request to live with them through our roommate group process. You will be able to create a roommate group in the Roommate Group Manager feature of the housing portal after completing the housing application. To access the Roommate Group Manager, you would log into the housing portal, go to My Applications, and select Roommate Groups. See Appendix 1 of this guide to learn more. Preferred roommates are not a requirement. If you do not have a specific person or persons with whom you'd like to live, it is not necessary to create a roommate group. If you would like to participate in roommate groups, you and your friends need to select a group leader to create a group. The group leader would then invite the remaining friends to join that group. Once invited, the friends must accept that invitation to join. When room selection occurs, whoever goes to select a room first will be able to pull in their roommate group if space in a unit is available to accommodate the group. If at any time you want to leave a roommate group, you will be able to do so. Please note that only those students who have been accepted to U of L and have completed the housing application will be able to participate in a roommate group. You will not be able to add these individuals until they have been admitted to the university and completed the housing application. There's also a section for roommate matching preferences. This is comprised of basic questions which our team will use in assigning roommates for students who have not assigned themselves as roommate groups during room selection. The questions are meant solely for matching purposes and do not imply that we either condone or condemn any of the following questions. The bottom of the roommate matching preferences subsection explains that when a student participates in the room section process, this student may select a bed space in a unit which is still not occupied. In this case, the student has the option of making some personal information, name, email address, or both, visible to other students who are participating in room selection. So this right here, you can allow your name or your email to be shown to your other roommate when you guys get assigned your room. The last subsection explains that returning residents who have eligible spring 2020 room assignments in an upper level residence hall, that being Betty Johnson, Cardinal Town, University Point, or University Tower Apartments, have the option of requesting to retain their current room assignments for the following year. Students who check the "I want to stay in the same room" checkbox will automatically be assigned their current spaces in February and will not participate in room selection. Not all spaces are eligible for room retention. However, if your space is not available, you need to participate in room selection in order to choose a new space. Our office will notify you in advance if this situation occurs. Returning residents who choose to participate in room retention will be able to pull in a roommate group if the remainder of the bed spaces in the unit remain available. If multiple people in a unit check the "I want to stay in the same room" checkbox and attempt to pull in more people than the unit has available, these requests will be processed in the order in which they are received. Those who check the "I want to stay in the same room" checkbox later will not be able to retain their spaces. The aforementioned checkbox that you would want to stay in the same room, you would click right here and make sure you do that, and as soon as you can, that way you are guaranteed your spot in the room.